Breaking news this morning, and Sky is extending its partnership with British football's leading anti-discrimination group, Kick It Out.
That's right. Now entering its fifth year, the partnership will pledge an initial £1 million worth of investment to tackle discrimination and create career opportunities in football. Well, Jonathan Licht, the managing director of Sky Sports, said this: Sky is the unrivaled home of domestic football, working hand in hand with our partners in both the men's and women's game. With this comes the commitment and responsibility to support and contribute to initiatives that make the game more inclusive and tackle discrimination in the sport. He goes on to say this: by investing additional funding this year and continuing our partnership with Kick It Out, we aim to create more opportunities for underrepresented communities and drive meaningful change in football. Well, as for Kick It Out themselves, they have said, over the past 5 years, our partnership with Sky has provided vital educational opportunities, helped underrepresented communities carve out careers in sport, and amplified conversations about inclusion and fair representation. We look forward to another year of working together to deliver new initiatives that create pathways into football, drive meaningful dialogue about discrimination, and push for greater transparency in tackling discrimination in all of its forms. And we're grateful for Sky's continued support on this journey. OK, well, that quote is from Samuel Okafor, who's the chief executive, and we're delighted to say, just by magic, Samuel, you are with us. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, absolute pleasure. We mentioned there the headline figure, £1 million over the next year. So what will that be put towards?
Well, look, I think it's a really exciting partnership, which is going into its fifth year, which is absolutely superb. And I think it reinforces both organisations' desire to and commitment to tackle discrimination in football and make it to be more inclusive and more welcoming. I think we started off the season with the launch of our sexism and misogyny campaign, which a number of presenters at Sky supported on. So a huge thank you for that. We'll continue to roll out our MBA programme in partnership with University of Liverpool. And it's great to see that those who participated in the programme are now getting jobs in the industry as well. We recently heard from Tina, who took part in the programme, and how she secured £150,000 worth of investment and is now running her own business, which is really great to see. Great support from Sky on the Raise Your Game programme, which is helping underrepresented communities to be able to access work within the industry as well. And in addition to that, we have our online platform, which provides superb educational content for players, for grassroots clubs, for match officials, and we can see that more and more people are accessing on that. So you can see how the fund is really being used to drive discrimination, but also to make the game more inclusive as well. And we're hugely grateful for the partnership.
You've done so much already, so much. Your recent reports show there's still a lot of work to do, though. Reports of abuse, discrimination, unfortunately, they've gone up significantly. You know, what should we make of that trend?
Well, look, I think the reports that we publish and the research that we publish as well, they are a snapshot of the overall discrimination picture. We continue to encourage football to be more transparent with its data so that we can see a fuller picture of discrimination issues within the game. I think what we can see clearly from the reports, we can see that racist abuse continues to increase year on year. We can see through the research that we carried out with 1,500 women fans that over 50% of them experience sexism within the game, but also 85% of those that experienced it haven't reported. So we need to do more in terms of encouraging reporting as well. And then the online space continues to be the space where people feel that they can, share their toxic and discriminatory abuse online as well, which clearly has an impact on players. Yeah, absolutely right. Sadly, we keep seeing examples of this, don't we? A couple of weeks ago, Newcastle's Joe Willock came out with it, like you say, social media posts he'd been sent, and he posted those, and even more recently, we've seen Bunny Shaw have to actually pull out of a game because of racist and sexist abuse that she had to endure online. Serena Wiedmann
Of course, the England manager said that yesterday social media platforms need to do something about this, Samuel. But how likely is that?
Well, look, I think first of all, you can see the impact that the online abuse is having towards players, and Bunny Shaw is just one of examples of a number of examples that we've seen over the years and also over recent weeks as well. So we believe that this is an opportunity for the regulators to step up and to hold social media firms to account, to use their powers to ensure that there is accountability with social media firms. We believe that the social media firms need to be able to provide more user empowerment tools for those that are using their platforms as well. So this is the time that we're calling on Ofcom and the regulators to really step up and to hold social media firms to account, and to use the powers that they have to hold social media firms to account.
Speaking of regulators, I mean, there could be another major piece of legislation, couldn't there, this year with the independent regulator. How does that fit in to the work that Kick It Out do?
Well, look, we're really supportive of a new regulator in football. We believe that it will help to protect the long-term future of the game, make the game more sustainable, put fans at the heart of the game. But also we believe it will help to tackle some of the cultural challenges and the representation challenges that the game has had on both on-field roles and off-field roles as well. In addition to that, this year will be the first year that the FA are introducing the mandatory workforce diversity reporting for the first time, which means that from the 1st of June, the clubs will have to publish their workforce data, which again, we've been calling for football to be more transparent with its data, to bring its data into the light, which is really important to drive cultural change as well. And of course, there'll be more questions that will come out when that data comes out in terms of clubs reflecting their community, which is a key message for us in terms of the workforce really reflecting its community, because football is at the heart of many communities.
We've spoken about the racism and sexism issues within the game. You spoke in December, Samuel, about pushing LGBTQ plus inclusion further. How's that all going?
Well, we believe that the game should be open to everyone, and this is a growing area of concern in terms of discrimination, and we believe that more work needs to be done here in terms of education. It's not just about campaigns or armbands. This is about actually how do you take the game around increasing the education, both at player levels, at fan levels, but I think there's more work that needs to be done in this area of discrimination for sure.
Samuel, thank you so much for coming in. Great to hear about the partnership continuing, and no doubt we'll be speaking to you plenty very soon as well.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.